Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so you friends see it. Thank you.
Top lib paper said Trump is not fit to clean the toilets in the Barack Obama presidential library. To say that the liberal-biased media has treated Republican Donald Trump unfairly just might be the understatement of the century. It would take months to recount all the unbelievably nasty smears that the press has made against Trump with hopes of damaging the Washington outsider politically and undermine his ambitious agenda. However, the left-wing editorial board of America's so-called national newspaper USA Today just may have hit rock bottom and reached an all-time low with Trump with the op-ed they published about him this week. They clearly have no self-awareness, as they titled their hit piece "Will Trump's Lows Ever Hit Rock Bottom?" The editors were incensed that President Trump dared to defend himself against a Democrat who said that he should resign. Fired back Trump over Twitter, lightweight Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, a total flunky for Chuck Schumer and someone who would come to my office begging for campaign contributions not so long ago, and would do anything for them, is now in the ring fighting against Trump. Very disloyal to Bill and crooked used. The editors responded, with his latest tweet, clearly implying that a United States senator would trade sexual favors for campaign cash. President Trump has shown he is not fit for office. Rock bottom is no impediment for a president who can always find room for a new low. They then wrote about a sitting U.S. president, a president who would all but call Senator Kirsten Gillibrand a whore is not fit to clean the toilets in the Barack Obama presidential library or to shine the shoes of George W. Bush. Will you boycott them for this appalling comment? See Elizabeth Warren call Gillibrand a slut while defending her from President Trump. Elizabeth Warren tried to defend her friend Senator Kirsten Gillibrand after President Trump's attack on her. However, in the process, Warren ended up calling Gillibrand a slut. The New York Democratic senator first made headlines when she called for Trump's resignation. President Trump has committed assault, according to these women, and those are very credible allegations of misconduct and criminal activity, and he should be fully investigated and he should resign, said Gillibrand. President Trump hit her back hard. Lightweight Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, a total flunky for Chuck Schumer and someone who would come to my office begging for campaign contributions not so long ago, and would do anything for them, is now in the ring fighting against Trump. Very disloyal to Bill and crooked used. Tweeted President Trump. The mainstream media immediately tried to take Trump's words as sexual. They assumed begging and would do anything for them were sexual innuendos. Of course the media would go there. But then Warren made it worse with her response. Are you really trying to bully, intimidate and slut-shame at Sen Gillibrand? Do you know who you're picking a fight with? Good luck with that, at Real Donald Trump. Nevertheless, #She persisted, tweeted Warren. Slut-shaming is a term that means to make someone feel guilty for being a slut. Warren is implying that President Trump is right that Gillibrand would beg by doing sexual favors. Many commenters let her have it. It's not immediately clear if Liz Warren realizes she's calling Gillibrand a slut here, tweeted one user. December 12, 2017, the day Donald Trump and Liz Warren both implied that Kirsten Gillibrand is a slut, tweeted another. This means war top Christian just declared holy war if Dems do an unforgivable thing to Trump. Do you all remember that old saying about poking a bear? Well, to sum it up for you all, just don't poke the darn bear. That's what televangelist Jim Bakker warned Dems today about their attacks against the president. However, his threat was not just holy retribution with hellfire and brimstone. Nope. Reverend Bakker said Christians will declare a new civil war if Trump is impeached. Bakker told the audience of his The Jim Bakker Show. If it happens, there will be a civil war in the United States of America. The Christians will finally come out of the shadow because we are going to be shut up permanently if we're not careful. However, he did not stop there. Backer claimed it is the duty of all Christians to fight back when their faith is in trouble. God says faith without works is dead. We have to do things. God has been standing with me, and I don't know about you. It's time for preachers like you, you've been doing it, to stand up and shout out. Look, y'all, I'm Jewish, so I'm not gonna tell y'all Christians how to handle your affairs. I have no qualms about fighting back against an impeachment of our president. The stuff they are doing to him is sick, and we are the only people left to defend him. Help get our message out loud and clear by sharing this everywhere. Dems will not erase conservatives from existence. Urgent. After firing missile yesterday, Trump pulled the fire and fury out on North Korea today. President Trump has issued a statement that says all options are on the table. According to Zero Hodge, General Kelly oversaw a meditation on Donald Trump's official response to the North Korean missile that was shot over Japan. White House issued an official statement that says that all options are on the table. Here is the full statement below. The world has received North Korea's latest message loud and clear. This regime has signaled contempt for its neighbors, for all members of the United Nations, and for minimum standards of acceptable international behavior. Threatening and destabilizing actions only increase the North Korean regime's isolation in the region and among all nations of the world. All options are on the table. While that may be, judging by North Korea's repeated provocations, at least Kim is convinced that Trump really has no options. Indeed, as Bill Blaine commented earlier, what will Donald do? After last week's fire and fury rant, the North Koreans are expecting him to fulminate, look stupid, make some further angry comments, in short, more bluster. They will continue to goad him into doing something angry, at which point America gets the blame, and China can step in as peacemaker. North Korea and China appear to have set a trap for the president. Trump is listening to good people like General Kelly and McMaster. Share this if you are ready for the final answer to North Korea by the Trump administration. Thanks for reading. Lib asks if Trump is corrupt. Sarah Sanders shows her who's boss with vicious slam. Liberals' most recent tactic to try to undermine Republican President Donald Trump and his conservative agenda is to try to paint him as a sexual deviant, just like they did with former Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore. The liberals are now trying to make people read sexual content and meaning into places where there is none. For example, they claimed that Trump was being sexually suggestive when he tweeted about Democratic Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, lightweight Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, a total flunky for Chuck Schumer and someone who would come to my office begging for campaign contributions not so long ago, and would do anything for them, is now in the ring fighting against Trump. Very disloyal to Bill and crooked used. Longtime New York native Trump previously made a donation to Gillibrand's campaign, and a reporter tried to shame him for it by asking White House press secretary what the president got out of it. Sanders replied by pointing out what corrupt Democrat politicians do, which is grant you access and carry your water if you give them money. Then she laid into the reporter, stating, "That's the reason that we have a broken system. That's the reason that often special interests control our government more than the people do. That's one of the reasons that this president ran to be president. It's one of the top reasons that he won and that he's sitting in the Oval Office today and Hillary Clinton is not, because he couldn't be bought and everybody knew that she could because they have seen it time and time again." A reporter then tried to spin this, and asked Sarah if Donald bought access in a corrupt way. This is when Sanders dropped the hammer, stating, "He says he knows how the system works. I think it would be disingenuous for anybody not to understand that. But at least this president is being honest about the process and his willingness to actually fix it and drain the swamp." How much do you love Sarah? Jimmy Kimmel brings an infant son with heart disease to attack Republicans. It backfires big time. Jimmy Kimmel brought his infant son on his show to use as a prop to blast Republicans. It ended up backfiring big time. I was at last week because this guy had heart surgery. But look, he's fine, everybody. He may have pooped, but he's fine, said Kimmel, beginning to cry. Daddy cries on TV, but Billy doesn't. It's unbelievable, said Kimmel. Then the political attack. CHIP covers around 9 million American kids whose parents make too much money to qualify for Medicaid but don't have access to affordable coverage through their jobs. Now CHIP has become a bargaining chip. It's on the back burner while they work at the new tax plans, explained Kimmel. Parents of children with cancer, and diabetes, and heart problems are about to get letters saying their coverage can get cut off next month. Merry Christmas, right? This year they let the money for it expire while they work on getting tax cuts for their millionaire and billionaire donors, said Kimmel. Only one problem. He is getting the facts wrong. Just last month, the House of Representatives signed a bill funding CHIP for the next 5 years. President Trump also signed funding for CHIP. We need to make sure the Children's Health Insurance Program, which is expiring, gets to panel before the end of the year, explained Mitch McConnell. Are you sick of liberals' emotionally manipulative lies?